All right, so basically in this video, I'm just going to talk about how I kind of started establishing credit once I turned 18. I recently turned 18 on January 29th, and then I wanted to start get a credit card and start establishing credit. And I thought it'd be a lot easier than it actually was. So I'm just going to kind of go through how I ended up getting it and kind of the best ways that I figured out how to do it if you are starting out with zero credit, which most people that turn 18 probably are. So first, if you already have a debit, if you already have a checking account with the debit card and stuff, probably go to that bank, because that's what I did. I already had a checking account with Schools First. So I just went to Schools First and I was thinking that I could just get a credit card. But since I had zero credit and you do have to apply for these credit cards, I didn't get accepted on my own for a credit card. So there was two options that I could have done. And one option was have one of my parents go on the credit card with me. So both of our credit scores would be attached to that credit card. And if I started using it and didn't pay the bank back, they had two people to go after. And my mom had a very good credit score. So they trusted that she wouldn't let that happen because it would affect her credit score too. So that was one way that you can do it if you have a parent or any guardian that is willing to kind of go on the credit card with you. You are still the main person on that credit card. So you can still, like my mom doesn't even have the credit card. She just kind of is trusting that I'm using it responsibly. And I just make that payment. It came with 6 months of no interest. But I mean, I'm still paying it off right away just because I don't want to get into any bad habits. That's how you get in a lot of credit card debt, which I have a lot of family members that have done that. So I'm trying not to do that. But it does come with 6 months of no interest. And then after that, it's very high interest since it is my first credit card and I don't have good credit. I think it's 22% interest after the 6 months, which is crazy. That's why you want to make sure you are making your payments on time so you don't have to pay that interest. And the second option that I could have done if my mom didn't want to sign off on the credit card with me was doing it's kind of like a debit card where you have to put money on the card and then you can spend it. Basically what it's doing is it's showing the bank that you are willing to kind of put your money where your mouth is and risk your own money. So basically you're not using it as credit, you're using it as a debit card because you're putting money on it before you spend it. But what is going to do is build up your credit score. So eventually after you do that, you can get a credit card just because you have a good credit score and you've already established your credit. You can get a normal credit card where you use credit and then obviously pay it back later. I was gonna go with that option, but then I found out about the first option where I could just have my mom sign off, and I just thought that fit better. Once my credit score starts going up and stuff, then I can take my mom fully off the credit card and her credit score and everything won't be connected to that credit card anymore, and it would just be me. But first I have to establish some credit. Now, if you don't have a checking account with a bank, I do think that would be a good first step to do. And then kind of some of the easier cards to get approved for would be a Target card or anything like that. You don't want to get in a situation where you aren't paying them off though. Only, especially when you're establishing your credit, only, this is what I'm doing. I'm just using it for gas. And if I go out to eat and I know I already have the money and normally I'll just use my debit card, I'm just using my credit card and then I make the payment right away, just so I don't get myself into a hole or anything like that already. And I'm not making any big purchases. Since it is your first credit card, you're not going to have a big monthly limit on it anyway. Like mine right now is only $500. Obviously, once I have it for a while and I'm using it and my credit score starts going up and up and up, then I will be able to get approved for some higher monthly limit cards where I don't need anyone to sign off and I don't need to back it with my own money. But just to start establishing credit from total scratch, these are kind of the two options that I realize you kind of have to do, because no bank is really going to approve you just right off the bat unless you have a pretty decent job that you're making pretty good money. Then maybe they will. A lot of the jobs I do is under the table, so I didn't have a like bank statement or anything like that to put on the credit card to get approved. So that was also one of the complications. But kind of the two easiest ways starting with zero credit is going to the place where you already have a checking account and a debit card, and you've already been working with them, and either having someone go on the credit card with you, or doing the like where you have to back your credit card with money and put money on it, and then it will keep building your credit score. And then eventually after doing that, then you'll be able to get approved for like a true credit card. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching.